Every single producer in the world has their own specific process when it comes to making beats. Some like to start with the drums, others prefer to start with the melody. Well, I thought today would be fun if I showed you my process when it comes to making beats, and if you're a beginner, maybe it can help you out when it comes to you thinking about how you should start your beats and finish your beats. Watch until the end to find out what I do specifically to make my beats a little bit more unique than everything you hear. Let's not waste too much time, let's get right into the beat. Okay, so personally, I prefer to use loops because my melodies are not that great. I am learning, I'm trying to get better making melodies, but at the moment what I'm doing is I'm using loops. So this is what the loops I've chosen sounds like. So the first thing we're gonna do with this arrangement is that we're gonna move this pad here over to the second section and just leave this bell here playing in the intro, and then we're just gonna move the bell over too. Okay, so next I've got this stock bass called Deep 2. It's in Citrus, and in my opinion it's the best stock sounding bass in FL Studio. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay down a simple bass line which is just gonna follow the root notes of the beat. So I'm assuming B. Now what we're going to do with our bass note next is that we're going to put it all to maximum velocity. Now this is what it sounds like. If you're enjoying this content so far, please leave a like or leave a comment because it will help push the video through the algorithm and more people can watch this video. Let me know in the comments how you start your beats or what your process is. Do you start with your drums or do you start with your melody? Now the reason why I like to add my hi-hats before I add anything else to the beat is because it gives you an idea of the bounce of the beat. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag pattern 2 onto the playlist, and we're going to go to my hi-hat, which is right here. We're gonna draw in a 2-step hi-hat there and there. We're gonna go into the piano roll, and next all we're gonna do is we're just gonna reduce the velocity of this second hi-hat just a little bit. We're gonna highlight here from here to the 1, Command B or Control B. Next, we're gonna press Options right arrow twice. What that's gonna do is it's gonna take it off the grid. Now that we have our hi-hat pattern, we're gonna add our clap pattern. I have a clap MIDI, which you're just gonna add to the clap here. That's what it sounds like. What I do next usually is I just add my 808. Now our 808 is just gonna follow the root notes of the melody. So personally, okay, let's put one note there at B. We'll put a note there, there, and there. And we'll bring these down to E. We have our basic 808 pattern here. Now in the next section, I thought that we could add a little bit of variation. So we're gonna press Command B or Control B. That's gonna shift all the notes over to the other side. Next, all we're gonna do here is we're just gonna zoom in, and in these little sections here, we're just gonna add a low note. We'll put a note here at A. We're gonna highlight it, and we're gonna count up 7 notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that was done by pressing Shift up 7 times. And now it's at E, and we're gonna do the exact same thing here. We're gonna count up 7 notes by pressing Shift up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that will just put it up at B. And maybe here we're just gonna add another note there. Now we have our 808 pattern. Let's layer it with our kick. So we're just gonna go to the channel rack here. Make sure that this box here is highlighted. Command C or Control C. That's gonna copy the 808 pattern. Command V or Control V. That's gonna paste everything. We're gonna press Options K or Alt K. That's gonna bring everything down to C. Shift D, show the notes. Now all we're gonna do here is we're just gonna delete these extra notes just so that the kick and the 808 are not always hidden at the same time. So now this is what it sounds like together with the kick and the 808. Okay, so let's move on to the section where we'll do our perks, add a little bit of ear candy just so that we fill up some space and make the beat a little bit more interesting. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna add to the beat is a simple open hat, which is just gonna hit on the 1 of the beat or where the 808 first hits. Our open hat's gonna hit there and there. Next, all we're gonna do is add a simple rim shot to the beat. Our rim shot's gonna hit there, there, and there. And lastly, we're just gonna add a snare to it. So the snare is gonna hit there. Okay, so I did some quick mixing and mastering, and now before I play you the final version of the beat, let's quickly arrange it and then do what I told you at the beginning, what I do to make my beats sound a little bit more unique to everyone else's. So the way I think about it, when you're on single time, 1 to a 4 is a bar. When you're on double time, 1 to 8 is a bar. So this right here is a bar. This right here is a bar. I want to make the hook 8 bars. So I'm going to press Command B or Control B. In theory, this should be 8 bars. Now I want an 8 bar hook and I want an 8 bar verse. So here's what we're going to do is we're going to copy the top melody twice because we don't want this playing in the hook. Then we're going to copy our drums. We're going to delete that first part there. Keep that second part. Delete that. Now we're going to bring our 808 here in the middle. Then we're going to bring our kick here at the end. And then we're just going to keep it until there. We're going to delete these perks here off the hook. Highlight the open hat. reduce it a little bit just so that they come in the second part. And then we're gonna have these perks come in here. We're gonna delete the snare, and then we're just gonna delete that and reduce that part here, just so that there's nothing playing on this part of the verse. Next, we're gonna bring our open hats, and they're only gonna play during the first part here. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna reduce it from that angle there. So now that we have a basic arrangement, let's add a reverse cymbal just so that it swooshes into the one. We're just gonna reduce the volume of this because we don't want it to overpower the beat. We're gonna shift it here so that it's always at the end. We're gonna highlight everything. Command B or Control B. The verse and the hook are just gonna shift over. Now we're gonna highlight the hook again, shift left click, drag it over to the last part. Then we need an outro, so we're gonna highlight this pad, left click at the top left corner, make unique, and then we're gonna push it down 1,200 cents. This is what I do to make my beats a little bit more unique. So here's what we're gonna do. Then we're gonna find Love Filter. We're gonna click on presets, melodic bandpass. Then we're gonna right click on this knob right here, create automation clip. Then we're gonna create a point here and a point there. And then we're just gonna make sure that there's a box because I want it to only play during this section and it doesn't have to play again during the entire beat. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of ambience just to make the beat a little bit more unique and put the listener in a specific setting. So okay, let's go into our ambience folder and let's add some water, some beach water sounds. And then we're gonna grab our slice tool here and just cut off the rest. We're gonna double click on the sound and then just reduce the volume a little bit. The reason why I do that is because it puts the listener in a setting, and it's something that not a lot of people do. I actually learned this trick from Kenny Beats, and by doing this, it makes your beats slightly more unique than all the other type beats you hear on the internet. Let me just play you what we've made. If you made it this far, you're a legend. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to see how I mix my beats, because I didn't go into detail with that because I thought that would make the video long, a video will pop up here and I'll show you exactly how I mix my beats and my exact process so that you can get your beats sounding better, or you can get your beats sounding like how mine sounds. See you in that video.